It's time for Priest to ascend its way into victory with Protoss Imbue Priest, which got a balance change in the most recent patch. The hero power for Imbue Priest now always gives you a card that is playable on that exact same turn, so you no longer can whiff when you use your hero power. Thus making it where you can run a mixture of some Protoss cards and Imbue cards in order to give access to additional copies of Hallucination, or just have infinite removal tools so you can make use of some of the high-end Protoss cards such as Mothership and the cards that you'll generate off of this, making this a real fun combo slash control deck that you can try out if you're a fan of those styles of lists. Now for the Mulligan guide of list, you are going to be looking for any of the Imbue cards. This is going to be things like Brittle Bloom Knight or Messenger. Then you're going to be looking for Sentry. Outside of that, you're going to be looking for Smoldering Ascent versus aggro-based decks or any other type of draw power cards. With all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, I'm going to keep the AoE. Mage, it might not matter. But yeah, like, this feels good. It's just, I don't know. I definitely do think no one's going to be talking about Dark Gift. The problem, though, is, like, I don't think anyone will talk about this before Sunday either. And this version of the list, I should say. Okay, well, no minion. Oh, no, it is minions. It's probably Protoss, I'd assume. This feels bad to discard, though. I mean, I guess we slam down Princess or Priestess. Okay. This could give us another Protoss card. I mean, that is another Protoss card. Oh, I wish we had that before we used all the mana, but that's so nice. All right, so if we used our hero power first, it's guaranteed either a 1 or a 2 cost, right? Which means we could get more. If we slam down an minion, we slam down the photon cannon. Okay. Oh, I guess it would be a 3. Yeah. I was really hoping we'd be able to get another, like, low-cost card before we ramp this up. That's kind of like the double-edged sword in this list. Like, you want to ramp up your hero power as quickly as possible, but if you do, you do lower the chance of getting some, like, copies of stuff. Okay. What did we get? Yeah, we might as well keep just drawing, right? Okay, there's the photon. I think we hit into this and then use the cannon. Actually, we use both cannons. Because this isn't discarded now. Unless they trade into this. I guess they could. They did. Why? Because we can cannon. What? Okay. What? I'm not going to question it. Okay, we slam this in here. Slam this here. We'll buff this up. This will be 3 or lower. Perfect. Okay, so we have a 6 damage Colossus in hand, which isn't that big of a deal. Okay, AoE and then... hero power? Okay, Bob got burned, which is nice. They have 0 discounts on Colossus, which is good. I swear this person has never... I guess that's buffing up. Technically speaking, yeah, that kind of does make sense, but I'm going to lose to this person too. I'm complaining about like how bad that they're playing, but I'm somehow going to still lose. Just because we don't have access to all the like armor gaining cards. Okay.
We must make haste.
Okay.
For Artanis.
We beseech thee!
Part of me wants to get another copy of this. Yeah, we'll get another copy. Because this will be, yeah. 5 damage each. I wish Champions was a card that we could randomly generate off the hero power, then get double battle cry off of this, and then give them a taste of their own medicine, but it is what it is. Perfect. Oh, right. That gives us a 0 cost hero power. I guess that would be a problem for them. Funnily enough, we could get a 3 mana discount. Never mind. We don't even have to worry about attacking weirdly. Okay. Hero power. Ooh. They have 1 mana discounts. But yeah, we're still fine. Why would you pop the Divine Shield there? I'd assume you'd hit into the 10s, right? What AoE am I missing? Okay, again, that's the wrong one, my friend. You needed to hit here, but that's okay. Okay, what do we get? Oh, more Colossus. We really are becoming them. Man, do I really do that? Part of me is like, we just attack with this into here, get it off the board, and we get... Yeah, why not? I was really hoping for anything else, though. Okay, this won't burn a card.
Just a dream.
The reason we're doing it like this is... 2-7. Yeah, might as well. I'm hoping they don't have a Colossus of their own. But I mean, we survived 1, right? I guess the other play would be have slammed down the mothership just to get chances at Templars. Actually, you know what? At least our hero power is free. Okay. So really hoping for a heal. Hey, yeah, it has been feeling decent. I think we're alive if we do it like this. Yeah, I've actually been having a pretty good time with it so far. I should have done that in the reverse order, but that's okay. I also should have used... Again, they only have a 1 mana discount, so they can't hero power, so that's good. But yeah, Imbue Hunter or Priest has been feeling really nice. We're doing a bit of a Protoss twist to our list, but it feels really good. I like this list a lot. I don't know if it feels quote unquote really that special, but like feels good. Okay, so what we want would be off of this. Oh, we don't have... Oh, we do have an Imbue card. We want a Templar. That is a Templar. Hang on. That's 8 damage, 8 plus... Yeah, we got game. Gave them a bit of a taste of their own medicine. Feels so nice. It feels really, really, really nice. It's a deck that I've been wanting to cover on the channel for a while, because the only time I covered it on the channel was the weird, like, attack game priest list, which was fun, don't get me wrong, but it was also just a weird gimmicky version of it. And it's been literally years since I covered it. Well, not years, but I think it was like last year when I covered it. Mothership does feel really nice. I do think, though, card art wise on the thumbnail, I think it will probably be the signature rare version of Kaldorei Priestess, because I think people will click for waifu factor. I say this, and I've legitimately just uploaded Imbue Shaman with the, like, Aspects Embrace artwork on the thumbnail, and it didn't do that well. But to be fair, I'm chalking that one up to the balancing changes being announced the same day I uploaded that. So, usually there's always a drop-off when stuff like that happens. It's the double-edged sword of getting, like, ahead of schedule for content. Is, like, you end up just... Oh. Oh, it has to be friendly. It would be funny if it didn't have to be friendly. I mean... That doesn't really... It just bounces this back to the deck for a turn. Ooh. But yeah, I really like Mothership as a card. I'm assuming, from knowing me, I will probably put Mothership as one of the key cards, and I'm trying to think of, like, maybe the signature rare version of Messenger. I don't know. Oh. Like the old in Wild, I'm assuming you're trying to make this work. Okay, let's use this. Okay. I understand what you're trying to do there. That could be fun. I recently tried to do something with Volin, but it was in Warrior. It was with a comma. And then I tested like 5 games with it, and I finally got a comma on the board. And what a comma used to do is he used to still attack after he died. He doesn't do that anymore. So I scrapped that deck completely. I had a feeling that they might end up changing that, but it is what it is. I think they also changed how Volin works with his own death rattles and such, but oh well. Now that's a fun card to see. Sure, why not? But yeah, Volin is something that I want to get back to at some point too. I just don't know what I'm exactly doing with it. I also did briefly look at Volin like Imbue Priest when the mini set came out. And then I was like, there's just not a win condition in Standard for this. Like, if you... I mean, you could rely on randomly generating a better Draenei for a win condition in the deck, but there legitimately just isn't really a win condition for the deck in Standard. Okay, I'm hoping to see... I will take Hallucination, actually. draw some cards. I also realized the repackaging might backfire, or I mean, it's just a copy, right? But yeah, I think this deck has a lot of potential. It's really, really nice. It's very compact, too. Like, the worst feeling card in the deck is Power Word Shield, but, like, you kind of just need it as a turn 1 play to, like, maybe draw something. You can legitimately just, you know...
Annihilation commencing.
Yeah. I had one deck with him that used to work. It just doesn't work anymore. At 9 cards, okay, I can hero power without worrying about it. Oh, this is funny. Don't know if it does what I need it to do right now, though. Like, part of me just wants to hit into these. Let's draw another card, see what we get. Am I burning a card? No, I'm not. We can use... Oh. Okay. Hit here, leave the 1 HP minion up. As much as I want to attack with Raza, it just doesn't work. But yeah, like, there's a lot of cards that I'm just like, man, I wish this card was good. Akama is one of them. It's just missing, like, one... That's actually legitimately just the problem with all Draenei decks, is it's just missing 1 or 2 good cards. And the ironic thing is, a lot of the Draenei classes would fit or work pretty well. The problem, though, you come across is the cards that you need them to work are in other classes. You know? Like, imagine Priest having access to the pilot, or whatever it's called, in Mage, right? You know, that could be cool. Yeah. Like, that would be such an insane card for them to have access to that they just don't have access to because it's in a separate class. Or imagine them having access to a comma even. Or like the Draenei that makes another Draenei attack. Right? There's so much that could be done. It just isn't. Also, okay, I was gonna say, depending on how they actually do this, we might just win next turn. Actually, we could still just win next turn. Because they left this up. Because we swap the stats here. Okay, maybe not anymore. Smoldering. Do I still go for the push, though? Because I'd have to hit twice. Wait, actually, mathematically. Okay, those two are swapped. I did that in the reverse order of what I should have done, but that's okay. Okay, this hits here. This discounts this. And then we just go face. Also, thinking about it, there is one card that I'm amazed we didn't see any type of nerf for, which is Wheel. I think Wheel is one of those cards that is like... Right now it feels fine, because it like, at the earliest is turn 13, but I could see some people complaining enough about it, right? Okay, slam this down, get this going. It would be funny if they slammed down Dirty Rat and the only thing that it could, like, get is Mothership, and then we just hallucinate it. Yeah, let's do this. Because they'll think we're just imbue, so they don't mind, like, Dirty Ratting our hand. Yeah, technically Curse Campaign, I guess, is that nerf for that deck. Also kind of sucks. Oh! Speaking of cards that basically are the canary in the coal mine. Archdruid of Thorns. If that card ever becomes extremely playable, I think Standard is doom. Like, the fact that you can easily loop with Amalgam, it's just missing one really good death rattle or one good way to search Archdruid. And once that deck gets that, I would be very, very... What the hell are we playing against? It's an untargetable Bungus that I can't hit. Oh, actually, you know what? It's not an untargetable Bungus anymore because... Well, I mean it is, but it's a untargetable Bungus that's very small. Thanks for the humongous minion. But yeah, Archdruid of Thorns, another one of those cards that you just cannot allow to be strong. The second that card becomes strong, Standard is screwed. At least in my humble opinion. I don't think you ever want that card to be meta. Part of me wants to coin into hero power. Nah, we'll do it. Any other cards you all think is kind of like that? If it's strong, then you do, like, it's a giant like red flag in Standard. Ren Feral could also fit in that category, I guess. Oh, thank you. You finally dirty ratted our hand. Yeah, I think Ascara is also another one of those cards that would fit in that category. It just needs one or two good support cards, and that's it. I know... Oh, actually, no. Our hand is the perfect size where we get all these minions for free. Who would have thought? Yeah. Okay, any of these surviving? No, really? That... okay, well... Holy... Bad generation. I don't think I mean... Okay, I shouldn't say I haven't seen a worse hand of random cards that we've gotten off of that, because we can now just slam down all these cards and just go face with everything else and hope they don't have another brawl. But yeah, like, that's another good example. I think Valin by himself is another great example. Like, you print a good enough Draenei, you start to have problems, which is like what was a problem in Wild, supposedly. They had to change chain gang. Man, that's a mouthful of a sentence. Okay, what are they slamming down here? I mean, Dirty Rat does nothing, bud. Chemical spill. Oh, I'm so sorry for what you're about to see here. Okay, we do this. And then this gets rid of this. And it's just... That is the dumbest, like, hand generation that we've ever gotten off of that. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, I played 20 games with the deck, ended up with a 50% win rate, which is pretty good. This was a deck that I tried out when the mini set first came out, because I was really trying to make any type of priest list work. However, it felt incredibly slow against Imbue Hunter, but because Flush no longer exists, thus you can be a little bit more greedy and play this slower variant of Protoss Priest. The nice thing about this version of the list is because of the changes to the hero power, it makes it where you don't have to run too many removal tools in the main deck itself, thus allowing you to make more room for the two packages that you wouldn't have had space for before. Overall, if you're looking for a deck to combine both Protoss and Imbue, this is going to be one of the better decks for you to try out. Now, like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time. Bye bye.